Rule number 7, negative exponents. Okay, if you had x to the power 2 divided by x to the power 3, okay, now I suggest that you would do 3 take away 2, right, and keep the answer on the bottom, so 1 over x, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cancel these off, and notice you get 1 over x, okay? Now, if you're using the exponent rule, just doing the 2 minus 3, notice that you would get x to the negative 1, okay? And this shows that x to the negative 1 is 1 over x, okay? So notice that x to the negative 1 is 1 over x. Here's example number 2, x to the 4 divided by x to the 7, okay, which once we do all our canceling, we end up with 1 over x to the 3, okay? And if we used our rule number 2, and we subtracted the exponents, we could get, if we subtracted the 4 take away 7, which is kind of goes against the grain here, normally you would do the 7 take away the 4 and get 1 over x to the 3, but if you did the 4 take away 7, you get x to the negative 3, okay, which shows that x to the negative 3 is the same as 1 over x to the 3, okay? Yeah, using rule number 2. Okay, let's continue with example number 3, 1 over x to the negative 1. Okay, now remember 1 is x to the power 0, so we have x to the power 0 divided by x to the negative 1, which is using rule number 6, using the 0 exponent rule. And then I'm going to subtract, right? So I'm going to do 0 take away negative 1, okay, which is 0 plus 1, which is 1. So we have x to the power 1. So 1 over x to the negative 1 is x to the positive 1. Isn't that neat? Okay, so notice that 1 over x to the negative 1 is x to the positive 1, or just x. 1 over x to the negative 5, if this rule holds true, we're going to get x to the positive 5, right? So notice that the 1 is x to the 0 divided by x to the negative 5. I'm going to subtract those. 0 take away negative 5, which is 0 plus 5, which is x to the 5. Okay, so notice that 1 over x to the negative 5 is x to the 5. So I want you to notice that whenever we have a negative exponent, basically it's on the wrong floor. If your negative exponent was in the numerator, we moved it down to the denominator, it became a positive exponent. When it's in the denominator with a negative exponent, we moved it up into the numerator and it became a positive exponent. Okay? So rule number 7 is if you have x to the negative n and it's in the numerator, we move it down to the denominator, it becomes a positive exponent. Okay? Or if you have 1 over x to the negative n and the negative exponent's in the denominator, we move it up to the numerator and it becomes a positive exponent. Okay, so basically the negative exponent, it's like a little alarm system saying, I'm on the wrong floor. Okay, so if you're in the numerator, move down to the denominator. If you're in the denominator with a negative exponent, move up to the numerator with a positive. All right, here's an example. We have 3 over x to the negative 8. Wrong floor, bring it up. So we have 3 times x to the positive 8. Example 2, if we have x to the 4 divided by x to the 12, now I don't like this example because what you should do with this is do 12 take away 4 is x to the 8, like 1 over x to the 8, right? All right, but let's say you didn't do that. Let's say you blindly just did 4 take away 12, that the exponent in the numerator subtracting the exponent in the denominator, that's going to give you x to the negative 8. All right, wrong floor, bring it to the bottom, 1 over x to the 8. Okay, some people like to do it this way. I prefer to do 12 take away 4, put the answer on, where the 12 was, 1 over x to the 8. Example 3, if we have 2 to the 9, x to the 11, y to the 7, all to the negative 2, this negative, what it's going to do, is going to flip everything down to the bottom. So we're going to get 1 over 2 to the 9, x to the 11, y to the 7, all to the power 2. Okay, which is 1 over 2 to the 18, x to the 22, y to the 14. All right, and that's it for rule number 7. Have a good day.